My elbows are the worst.
They are the worst.
Welcome to the Wally Show precast as we go through some of the stuff that we did not get to and sometimes the things that you don't hear. I just heard Zach say, your arm is in my armpit or something like. What happened? I didn't see that.
Well, everybody's sitting so close to me, and so I was linking arms with everyone. And then Becca started saying, I think this is... What did you say? I think this is the first
time you've ever chosen to love me.
Oh, yes. Then she started complaining about how bony my wrist was.
Yeah.
And then Zach stuck my hand in his armpit. So
Funny.
No wonder we don't really.
Yeah. I'm surprised you weren't totally repulsed by that because you get really weird about like hand stuff.
Well, he's wearing 2 to 3 layers of clothing, so I figure.
But he is a sweater.
She never chooses to love me.
No.
Ever. I have to steal it from her.
Loving Betty is kind of like loving a porcupine.
Love me!
Yeah.
Love me! It's because people are so unlovable around here.
Yeah.
It's hard. Can you
Except
get off
you.
me?
Yeah, she's
Get
hugging
off
her
me.
very tight.
Get off me.
We did a hug exercise yesterday with Betty in her office. I came in.
I'm going to pinch you.
And I wanted to tell her that she had done a great job with something on the show. So I leaned over to give her a hug and tell her how proud I was of her. And she flinched. And I'm like, Rock, you just flinched as I'm trying to hug you.
Well, that's not my fault. That's your fault.
But then so then she knows it's coming. Like, I'm just going to hug you. I go to hug her. She flinches again. I'm like, this is like post-traumatic stress.
I can't help it because I'm expecting Zach to come out of the corner with a camera at any moment. Like, what are you trying to do to me? That's not my fault.
Yeah, Zach has always been good about that. But in my defense, I haven't done anything like pick you up and throw you anywhere or anything like in months.
Okay, you haven't followed through with the plan, but it doesn't mean that you still don't give me that crazy look in your eyes.
I give you the crazy look, but I haven't followed through.
And you come and you threaten things.
Yeah.
So still my guard is going to be up.
Yeah, you're still a little jumpy there. We'll work on it.
No wonder.
We'll work on it.
No, I don't want to work on it.
The only way to work on it is to hug it out.
No.
So I was trying to hug her for 3 minutes straight, like Jason Gray talked about, like when he was going through some stuff. Another guy was like, "This is going to be really weird, but I'm going to hug you, and I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to hug you for 3 minutes." And he was like, "It was the first minute was like the worst thing in the world," and he's like, "It was so awkward." And but he goes, "It's weird because then I just kind of broke." And it was crazy, like what being held as an adult by some other guy, like how it actually helped me, get through and start to deal with something that I was dealing with, which I find really crazy. But I think it goes to show that we're not meant to live isolated. Like, I think they've done studies like about babies that haven't been held or picked up and they don't progress as well as babies that are like loved. And I think it's one of the reasons that when you have a child, now they instantly put it right on your chest, on the mom, whereas they used to go clean it up, make it presentable, get a good photo. Yeah, seriously, because it's gross.
No, someone told me the other day they don't even cut the cord first anymore. It's just right there. There's the baby.
Yeah, there's that connection.
Little baby.
That touch is so important. It is. Yeah, it's like trying to hold a greased up water balloon. It's like they're so slimy. Have you found that, Zach?
No.
Did they put the Sarah or Anna right on Sarah?
They did for like 30 seconds, but she didn't have enough oxygen because she got born so quickly. She didn't know what was going on. So after like 30 seconds, they're like, "Oh, we got to take her to the NICU."
Oh wow, yeah.
So that wasn't fun.
Yeah, they didn't. I think Marty got like a couple seconds with Haley like that too, but they'd had a problem with her and they had to do the same thing, and so she kind of missed out on that. Messed her up. Messed my kid up.
Forever. Permanently.
Yeah. You guys know what a horrible kid she is. I'm glad she doesn't listen to the podcast. Real quick, speaking of kids, this is something that I have to do because I promised I would do this. Laura had sent me an email, and she says, "I have a soon-to-be 11-year-old. He's going to be 11 on February 7th, and he just adores you. He got his picture with you back at a Colton Dixon show. He was never so starstruck. He loved the concert, but he loved meeting you." And she was basically asking me if I would wish him a happy birthday, to which I am waiting on the check. And as soon as that clears, then I will wish him a happy birthday. But no, he seems like a great kid, and I would love to wish him a happy birthday. I wish she had given me his name. That was the only part of her email that was a problem.
The good news is the birthday song you sing doesn't include names.
Oh, that's right. No, it's actually Jonathan. It's his birthday. So there you go. Happy birthday, Jonathan. He has a little sister named Haley. She just had to get in this. Loves Minecraft, drums, and karate.
Ooh.
Hi-ya! Which brings me to my other point. Again, happy birthday, Jonathan. I appreciate you listening and liking the show.
Sing the song. I like to say hey.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we can party too.
Sorry.
You just ruined Jonathan's birthday.
Worse.
I got excited. What can I say?
Great. I think I'm gonna start doing that myself.
No.
So funny.
It's
funny because it'd be funny if we all said hey. At different times. That's so funny. That actually is a funny thing that you did.
Wow,
Zach.
that's the first
Good
time
job.
ever.
Yeah, that she's ever complimented your humor without making
so
fun
nice
of you.
today.
I know. I like this Betty. Hope she's back. No, but this made me think of something too. That Jonathan likes karate. We've been talking about Cinco de Betty. I don't think that Cinco de Betty should have to happen this year because I've been really nice to you. Like people are like, what? People are emailing me going, I don't get why Betty's so mean to you.
Can you show me those emails?
I can later. I don't have them with me. But they have.
Convenient.
Why has Betty been so mean to you when you've been so nice to her?
Are these people who saw the video we just posted of you putting stuff in her hair?
Yeah, but that's not horrible.
Doesn't
that's
matter.
funny. That's
or
funny.
Or the 3-minute hug from yesterday you were just telling us
Once
about?
again, that's love. That's healing. Like, I'm sorry.
Once again, for every alleged email about Betty being mean to you, there are 100 comments about how much people love Cinco de Betty, how much they can't wait for it. And like you always tell us, it's for the show.
I know.
It's for the show,
Come on, you
guys.
gotta do it.
Okay.
Come on, it's for the show. It's funny. Come on.
Come on, guys. Play with me.
So here's the deal. Becca had come up with an idea. Betty or Becca, I forget which. I think it was Becca.
You get us confused either way.
I
Doesn't
know.
matter.
One of the two chicks on the show, no, one of the two ladies had said that it would be funny to have me strapped into one of those birthing simulators that makes a guy feel contractions.
Oh yeah, that was Becca.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great
apparently
idea.
they don't do that in the United States.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was a great idea, but she can't find the machine. Okay, so I was thinking
I get
about
to
it.
hit you in the stomach with a bat?
No, Betty, you just want to hurt me. We've shocked me to no end. I can't. My heart can't take that anymore. But Jonathan's birthday request and talking about the things he liked had made me think of something that I think I would be willing to do this year. I have had a long-standing challenge that no one has taken me up on in 8 years because I think that black belts for children are ridiculous. Like 8-year-olds having a black belt. I don't see how that's like how you can be a black belt like Bruce Lee at 8 years old. Like I don't think you should have to train for years and years and years and years and like be like an adult master, kung fu master, to get a black belt. So I have had a long-standing, outstanding challenge to fight any 8-year-old black belt because I think I could whip them. But I'm thinking that what we could do is you guys could find an 8-year-old black belt that every time I get a question wrong, they get to karate chop me.
Not just a chop. I say like 20 seconds of chops.
Yeah.
Well, they do have little
Chop,
hands.
chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, they do have little hands, and I'm not
But
scared
wait,
of 8-year-old. What?
See,
What are
he
you
says he's
confused?
not scared. And see, I don't like the fact that he's coming up with the idea for
But
Cinco de
here's
Betty.
the thing. It's only because he doesn't think that an 8-year-old black belt
Right.
can take him down. Have you seen how slowly he moves? Please.
Right.
That 8-year-old's going to take him down in 15
So
seconds.
you guys could find the 8-year-old black belt. I won't find that. You find the 8-year-old black belt that you feel confident could inflict damage on me, and we could do that. It's just an idea. We can't do any more shocking stuff. We've pretty much run the gamut on that. So short of like CPR paddles, I think we're pretty much out of things.
Which apparently that stops your heart. Boo.
Yeah, boo. So maybe that's an option for you. Okay.
So if anyone...
I feel like I'm not getting a choice. You're
Really?
telling me what to do.
Well, you haven't come up with anything. If you want to come up with something, but I still get to the right of first refusal if it's death defying.
But we do need to start looking for this now. So if you live in the
Right.
greater Nashville area or
Right.
you're willing to take a little trip for the beginning of May
Yeah.
and you have a child that's in karate and they're very good and they're very lethal,
Like they can break boards.
bring them on down.
Yeah. Okay.
Or let us know.
So we could do that. So like let Becca know. Becca at allwally.com.
Yeah, BEKAH.
Yeah. So there's a thought. Betty doesn't seem sold on this. It's not stabby enough. Like
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking.
We did this last year. We couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me some time.
Your
Okay.
little brain can't come up with anything.
Okay, it's comments like that
Trying to
that
inspire
I'm going
you.
to document.
That was me trying to inspire you. See?
Oh,
There you go.
Inspire me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying
Since you had a
Hit you in
little
the
brain?
face.
Yeah. To hit you in the face. See, back to the karate thing. It's perfect.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on. So this hit me the other day.
Hit you.
No, yeah. Zach had talked about one time how you kind of size somebody up, how you gauge them. And I thought his was a really good thing, but I'd come across this thing that were like 8 red flags that signal someone is maybe not like a great person or somebody that you don't want to hang out with. And some of them were like, they like Adam Sandler movies from the past 5 years, which I totally agree with. Like, that's a person you don't want to hang out with.
Pixels was good.
I started to watch that on the plane and then couldn't pull the trigger on it.
I actually liked Just Go With It.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't terrible.
Really? No. They're always on whatever bandwagon is popular. Like, that's kind of a person you go, oh, I'm going to question their character.
Well, because those are people that don't have taste themselves, so they just try to mimic everyone around them.
Exactly. And they honk in a traffic jam, like those kind of people. You can't go anywhere and they're honking. You're a bad person at that point. But I was out to lunch. I had a meeting the other day, and one of the things that Zach said about gauging people really stuck with me, and it's something that I make sure I don't do, but I always watch for everyone around me now.
I have no idea what this is.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, I thought it was very insightful. It's looking at how people treat the waiter. Like, how they treat the person that is serving you, I think says a lot about that person. If they're dismissive, if they're talking and they kind of, whatever, and they because it's so much more important what they have to say than this person, I think that's a real good indicator of where they're at.
I think to a degree it is. I think you need to know that person, because I do have a friend that can tend to be rude towards the waiter or waitress when we go out to eat. And it's mainly just because she gets social anxiety and she just wants it to be over with as quick as possible.
Do you overcompensate for that person? Because I found myself like that, where somebody is like being a little rude or dismissive or whatever, and I go over the top. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're the best person ever.
Well, I don't say that. That sounds a little creepy.
I'm like, oh, thank you so much for bringing me this sauce. I really love it. It's so cool. Thank you. I know you're busy, but you're awesome. Like, I overcompensate.
To a degree. Yeah, to a degree. Just, but I do know that it's something that she can't help.
I think like being short with the service is one thing. What bothers me is when they have this expectation of like they're just supposed to be served like just treated like royalty almost, and they treat this person only as a function and not as a person. Right,
exactly. And when you realize you're just at Chick-fil-A, it's like, give them a little grace here.
And especially the people that don't give any grace, because there's a huge difference between not getting anything right and being rude themselves and just purposely messing things up and being neglectful and forgetting to bring out an extra thing of butter once. There's a big difference between that, and I think the people that are rude to waiters snap on the one little thing first.
I have trouble when the waiter wants to be part of your conversation. Like, that part bothers me. I still won't be rude to them, and I will always engage with them and like yeah. It's just that one always strikes me as weird when they come up.
How does that happen?
How does it happen?
Yeah.
Like, they'll come up and they'll hear you talking, or they've been walking by and then they just jump right in like they're your buddy.
That's you as a waiter.
Yes. That would be me.
That's why it annoys you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I annoy myself. Trust me. I can't stand me. But like that's always that awkward thing, because then they always hit a place in the conversation where it kind of stops and everyone's just looking at them like, all right, what do we do?
There was one time Joey and I went out to eat. We were in Gatlinburg. So this guy...
Pancake place, probably?
No, it was just this, like, I don't know.
Go-kart track?
Whatever.
You mean a go-kart track?
No.
Mini golf. That's all there is to do in Gatlinburg. Go-kart, mini golf, and pancakes.
We're the only ones at the restaurant because we eat early like old people.
Nice.
And we found out that the waiter, his other job was a Bret Michaels impersonator.
Oh, that is the best!
Yes. And so
Every rose has its thorn.
He sat at our table for like 20 minutes.
Oh, that is the best.
And showed us pictures of all his impersonator friends. Yeah. It was pretty great. And he'd like, every time he thought his boss was coming, he'd like hop up and try to put his phone away really quickly.
Oh, good grief.
It was so strange, but also so awesome.
That's Betty's worst nightmare.
When Joey went to Gatlinburg for work, I'm like, you got to go there and see if our friend's there.
Oh, my goodness. And especially of all things, a Bret Michaels impersonator.
Right? Like, he was a cool guy.
Who chooses to impersonate Bret Michaels? Even Bret Michaels doesn't want a Bret Michaels impersonator. That is awesome.
That is odd. Did he look anything like him?
Not just serving you, but then he showed us the picture. He had a picture with the actual Bret Michaels, and you can't tell them apart.
No way.
Yeah,
he looks that much like it.
What is he doing in Gatlinburg?
Impersonations. No, that like there's a big business there because it's a tourist trap. So he was telling me about he has like 4 different friends that are Elvis impersonators.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he has a Dolly Parton impersonator friend and all. Yeah,
Oh,
all
my
these
God.
There are dinner shows in Gatlinburg. It's like, there's like Las Vegas, Branson, Missouri, and Gatlinburg for like cheesy like lounge type shows. And Gatlinburg has a bunch of them. There's a whole night of impersonators, and Elvis is one of them. We should do a trip to Gatlinburg.
That'd be so funny.
You would love it. You would
If there
fit
was
right
a young Elvis
in.
impersonator.
They do them all through the years. They do them all the way up to the toilet incident.
Okay, there's another reason why Cinco de Betty is happening.
Well, last time I was in Gatlinburg, we were at the IHOP because I'm classy. That's how I roll.
Go to a chain.
I know. So I was eating pancakes, and I have an I Am Second bracelet on. I'm really surprised at how many people notice that bracelet and they're like, "Oh, hey, I know I Am Second. Oh, that's really cool."
It's probably because they're probably trying to figure out why you're wearing so many bracelets.
Maybe so. But that's the one they key in on. And the last time I was there, talked to the guy that was serving us, and he invited us to his church. He's like, "Oh, you guys gonna be around this weekend?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, we're leaving." He was like, "Oh, because I would love to have you come out to our church." And like, really nice guy. And I was like, "Yeah, but I've already promised the Bret Michaels impersonator that I'm gonna hang out with him on Sunday." So,
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward moment.
Gatlinburg times.
Yeah. Real quick, one more thing before we get out of here. Did you guys see the story? We didn't get to it today in the news, but there was a couple that got into a silly string fight at Walmart in Michigan. So they're just in there goofing around. And so they start a silly string fight, opening the cans and stuff like that. The employees handled it very well. Like the employees were like, "All right, I get it. You're going to be dumb every once in a while and goof around. Just pay for the cans of silly string. We'll clean it up. No big deal. And you can go." The couple refused to pay for the silly string.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious? That's the coolest Walmart ever to let you off like that.
Yes. I mean, because it's fun to mess around in Walmart sometimes. And so, yeah, they were like, "Okay, fine." But the Walmart employees got the last laugh. They called the cops, and the people got arrested for not paying the $3 strings or cans of silly string. And now they had to post like $500 bail. It's like way worse than if they had just paid the $9 for silly string.
That's dumb.
And who goes to a store and uses something in the store? First of all, it's like I think it's weird when people eat while they're grocery shopping, like they eat the things they buy.
I always wonder about that.
Yeah, but then people expect to not have to pay for it? That's crazy.
Yeah, how entitled are you?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid growing up, like my mom would sometimes, if we were fussing or whatever, would open something and let us eat that while we were doing it. But you have to, she would always pay for it, obviously. The one that's weird is when you go to Sweet Cece's. Is because it's based on weight, and so you'll see people load up like their yogurt cup, and then you'll see them eating it while they're in line, and it's like, no, you're stealing at that point.
I saw Betty do that once.
No, you did not.
I was just thinking, I've done that.
You're stealing. Think about it.
But I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I just thought it's.
Yeah,
but you're
mine.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I was thinking it's in my cup, so I'm paying for it. But I'm going to go ahead and eat it.
Right.
But you're right. I just stole a little ball of cookie dough.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I'm so
Those are
sorry,
expensive. They weigh a
Cece's.
lot.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Guys, I've done that.
That explains the last time I went in there, her picture was on the wall.
Oh,
and
it
she's
was
like a wanted poster.
I judged her a little bit. I didn't say anything, but
Why
I did
didn't you
judge
tell me?
I'm like,
Oh, so you just want to see
If
me
she's
steal?
that
So
low
I
of
think you're
character,
just
then-
as guilty as I am.
That's
you
true.
let
You're
me
an accomplice.
steal.
accomplice.
Yeah,
yes.
based on the law, you let that happen. You're part of that. Yeah, exactly. All right, that is going to have to do it for our precast here.
It's Friday.
I know. Why are we still here?
I
We have a lunch.
we have a lunch.
At 12:30. Who makes a morning show go to lunch?
Guys, we're getting free food.
And it's Cracker Barrel, and it's David Crowder, and it's a wonderful listener. But come on, 12:30 and 30 minutes away from here. Ugh.
I'm kind of excited because I think we've made surprise T-shirts that will be awesome.
Oh, based on the logo you did?
Yes, I
Nice.
think they'll be done. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
changed the Cracker Barrel logo to say Crowder Barrel,
That's
and
awesome.
then gave him the picture of like the old man like sitting there.
It looked
on the
really
logo.
good.
Kind of proud.
Oh my goodness! I hope you get sued, but man,
I
it's
know, that'd
really
be so
good.
awesome.
That'd be so funny.
Parodies are covered by fair use. It's
Yes,
okay.
that was like a good one. And so, yeah, we're going to go. And the girl who won this thing is so cool. She's been emailing me, and she's like, I'm actually looking more forward to seeing you guys. Don't tell David Crowder. I'm like, which is obviously the first thing I'm going to tell David Crowder. She doesn't know me that well yet. So this will be a fun lunch. Also, too, make sure if you have a kid or you are a kid and you are into music and you want to win a scholarship to Camp Electric this year, we kick off our Rock What You Got contest on Monday. So you have a shot to win a full ride scholarship there, travel, everything. And it's a great, great camp. My daughter absolutely loves it. It's when we give her choices of what to do, this is the one camp she works everything else around during the summer. She's like, I will not miss that because it's been that good. We've had kids that go that weren't even believers yet that won our contest and got saved at camp. It's like just a really cool environment for your kids if they're into music and it's healthy. So if you want to check that out, make sure you look Monday when it goes live at allwally.com. So there you go. That is going to do it for the precast. On with said podcast. We are gonna read some email. Even though I don't read well, I think I might be dyslexic. So please don't make fun of the way I read. Wally at allwally.com is how you can email me with what you have on your mind. Zach, I think, will find this first one most inspiring. It says, hey, Wally and the amazing crew of awesomeness. So that's good. Thank you for making the great yet long and entertaining and educational Slippity slideshow about your trip to Africa. We came back from our trip and we basically did a slideshow of all the pictures that we liked and we told stories about them.
Yeah.
And Zach worked really hard on that.
I'm glad they liked it because we liked it, but couldn't get people to watch it.
Yeah. It was 45 minutes in all fairness.
Right. That's true.
Kirk was the guy that watched it.
Yes, thank you, Kirk.
He was the one. Us and Kirk are the only ones that actually watched that, and we kind of lived it. And that's the tough thing, because when we go, we have so many stories, and you're reminded of them by the pictures, and I actually really enjoyed doing that, and maybe we'll do it again for our families. And Kirk, we'll have Kirk over, and he can watch it, because he likes what we do. Said he realizes Zach put a lot of work into that, so thank you for taking the time. Also enjoyed the DJs in the car trying to figure out how to order coffee during the precast. Another slightly off idea, but apparently worked. It's amazing you were able to get everyone mic'd up in your girl truck. Thank you, Kirk. Appreciate it. All right.
It was a tight fit.
Yeah.
I mean, we all used one mic because it was so small. But,
let me see. I've been wanting to write you for a while, but honestly just have not had the time. I'm a reading and English teacher at an alternative school. I have 5 teenagers and a husband and several pets. I've listened to podcasts for at least 60 years, and it served as inspiration to me. I am also currently working on my master's degree at CCU. Nicely done! I want to thank you for this fact. By you getting your master's and promoting college education in your broadcast, you inspired me to take that plunge and work on my master's as well. I thought if you could find the time with your busy schedule, what you don't know, there might be a hope for me as well. Things are going well, and I intend to graduate this fall semester.
She sounds way busier than you would ever be.
Oh my goodness! Like that lady, like her first hours before breakfast are probably busier than my entire day.
How many Alaskan reality shows do you think she watches?
I would bet none. I would bet very little TV. This lady has a lot going on. But Jane, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that, here's an example of somebody that when we started talking about it, heard this and went, yeah, maybe I'll do this, and started doing it, and now she's almost finished. That's what's so cool. Like, if you've been hearing us talk about, like, CCU for all these years, you could have been done with your degree by now, and that's kind of what I went through when I actually got mine, was I'd been hearing about it for years, and I finally decided to pull the trigger, and I'm really glad that I did. So there you go. If you want to find out more about that, you can always go to allwally.com, or you can email me, wally@allwally.com.
Why do we have to tell the people what they need to hear? Why can't the news be fun?
It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca is going to get you caught up right now with what's happening. What's going on?
It's bad enough when your company is laying off employees and you're not sure if you'll be keeping your job or not, but Yahoo just made the situation worse. They're in the process of laying off over 1,700 employees, but some of those layoffs were actually a mistake.
Oh, no.
In the process of making decisions for layoffs, execs made a list of those who were safe and those who were to be let go. But somewhere along the line got one of the lists switched up, and so 30 people from the safe list lost their jobs.
No!
Yes.
Like they were actually doing everything right?
They were doing okay. They were keeping their job for now.
Oh, that's so not good. And then do they hire them back at that point, or just go, well, that saved us 30 more slots, so we're good?
I have no idea,
wow.
But they
That's
at least
tough.
admitted the mistake. I would have just ignored it and be like, yeah, they would totally meant to fire those people.
Yeah, I've been on a list before like that to be let go. When our company got bought out back in mainstream radio, our company got bought out. and it was a yay awe moment because everyone who made over a certain amount of money, which was a big dollar figure, was on this list to be let go. So you're like, yeah, high-fiving each other, and you're like, oh wait, they're getting rid of us. Oh.
Why would you high five for that?
Well, because we all made a bunch of money. We're like, yeah!
Not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And then we all lost our jobs. It's kind of a downer.
The New Hampshire primaries are next week, which means it's time for another Republican debate.
Yay!
There are still 9 left fighting it out for the nomination, but
Really?
that doesn't... 9, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Is that crazy? There's only been one vote.
I know, but
only one out of the
still
50
seems like
states
so
has voted.
many.
So
I know, and a bunch of the people were smart and dropped out because they could see the writing on the wall.
But it doesn't mean that all 9 get to debate. In fact, ABC, who's hosting the debate, announced yesterday that Carly Fiorina will not be on the debate stage. And this time, there's no JV debate either. There's no debate ahead of time.
she can't
Really?
debate herself.
No.
Beforehand.
No.
But what's interesting is that some of the other contenders are actually fighting for her to be included. Cruz and Carson both want her in the debate, and even pointed out that she got more votes in Iowa than some of the others who are included in this debate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a like, hey, she could make a gender case on that. Like,
And some people are making that case.
Right.
In all fairness, though, to ABC, she didn't meet the criteria. It had to be either the top 3 in Iowa or the top 6 in New Hampshire. So
Right.
even though she pulled better in Iowa, she wasn't in the top 3, and therefore it was cut from the debate.
right. Well, I at this point, like, great, be in it, but I don't think she's in this thing like as a serious contender along with the other 6 people. I think you got about 3 front runners.
What if Trump refuses to do another debate? Does she get in?
Oh, I don't know. I think he learned his lesson. I don't think he'll do that again because he doesn't like coming in second.
Does he ever come? Does he like coming?
No, I don't see him skipping
Yeah.
a debate.
We talked yesterday about how Jeb Bush had to ask his supporters to clap for him during an event, which was obviously a little sad to hear.
Jeb, buddy, if you can't get people to clap at the end of your speech, it's over, pal. This is America. People clap when a waiter drops a plate. They clap at the end of movies. They clap when their plane lands. You want people to clap. Here's an easy way. You got to drop out of the race, buddy. Let's go.
Zach actually took Jeb Bush asking people to clap and then did something great with it, put it to that song, Everybody Clap Your Hands, and did a real quick thing and posted it on Facebook. And did you monitor that at all, like to see how it's doing?
A little bit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a little sad by that because I thought you put a lot of time into it. It was really good.
No, I
and-
put 10 minutes into it.
But that's a lot of time
But
for
we
you.
don't post a lot of political stuff, so people aren't like Wally Show fans on Facebook for political stuff.
I know,
so
but we
I
should.
get it.
I thought
But it's
Trump
fun.
would share it at least. I thought he would share it. If you missed it, here it is. It's on Facebook.com as well because there's a video with it.
To get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world.
Everybody clap your hands.
Please clap.
Come on, y'all.
Please clap. Please clap.
Check it out, y'all.
Please clap.
There you go. Again, you can check it out, Facebook.com/Wally Show. This is the Wally Show, and it's time for the Big Game. A chance for you to win a 60-inch flat screen TV in a home theater by getting your name on our Big Game grid there. And also the Woodlawn movie, a movie about faith and football. And so you got to get your name on this grid, and you can play with Zach and myself. So far, I have a perfect record. I'm pretty happy about that.
Spotless.
Yeah, it's amazing. I have not won a single game yet. I feel like the Browns.
Now.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know enough about football, but I know I can make losing jokes about the Browns.
And they'll always be correct.
Exactly.
Yes.
I did make Wally's questions easier than Zach's today.
Thank you.
Wow.
So
Thank
in
you.
picking your teammate, that might play into the decision.
Now,
I'll take it.
would that make you feel good, Wally?
Yes.
With
He'll take
100%.
a
anything.
win with a really?
100%.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
got an entire week without a single
Yeah,
win.
it's been a little humiliating. So, real quick, too, because we're talking about grids. We were talking about this yesterday off the show. Zach was doing the math on, like, if you go to a big game party and there's a grid where they have the numbers and the teams, and it's based on the second number in the score, there's, like, mathematical probabilities involved, and so they say that your best numbers to get on the final score is if you have the 0 slot is the number 1, and the 7 is the number 2, and 4 is the number 3. That's what they say statistically are your best options for
That makes sense.
winning.
1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, no touchdowns.
Yeah, and then 3 is the fourth one. So
Okay.
there you go. So if you're making a grid, look at it. Here it's just random, and good luck to you. So, all right, so let's play the game. We need 2 people, 1 to be on Zach's team, 1 to be on my team, and somebody will get to pick first. And I still would pick Zach.
Oh, totally pick Wally. You got easy questions.
I know. But she says that, but then she also has an evil side.
This is true. And Betty is the one asking Wally's questions. So
All those years of messing with Betty during games is coming back
it's
to haunt
payback,
me.
yeah.
All right, let's light it up. 877-91-WALLY is the number if you want to play our final big game of the week. This is the Wally Show with our big game, and we have 2 contestants. We have Jerry and Lori that have decided to play this game today. On the line is a chance to get in on our big game grid for the 60-inch flat screen TV in the home theater system and the Woodlawn movie about faith and football. So, ladies first, let's start with you, Lori. You get to pick your teammate. Is it going to be Zach or myself?
Zach.
You didn't even wait. At least, seriously, take a breath before you do that. Give it a beat, just a little pause, or else you hurt people's feelings. Okay, well, Jerry, that means you're stuck with me, and I apologize for that.
Don't apologize. I wanted you because I don't like the Browns. I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, no!
Yes. Oh, no!
I like Jerry. Jerry's got some fight in him. All right, here we go. Question number 1.
question for Zach's team. Denver quarterback Peyton Manning has a few famous family members, Eli Manning obviously being one of them. Who is their famous father? Is it A, Archie Manning, B, Ellis Manning, or C, Theo Manning?
Do you know this one, Lori?
I think it's B.
Oh,
You think it's what?
B?
B? What was B?
Ellis? Archie, Ellis, or Theo?
It's Archie. I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm 98% sure it's Archie.
But she did say it was B. You have to go with her answer.
Do I?
Zach, it's final say. What do you say, Zach?
I'm going to go A. Sorry.
Well, that was a good choice. Sorry, Lori, but it still got you the point. That was correct.
Boo.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Boo. Glad she's not on my team.
Okay, Wally, here you go. Who is the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers?
I
this is
actually
easy.
know this. That is really easy.
You don't get any choices because we've talked about
It's
this.
Cam Newton, because I've been watching stories about him having $800 zebra Prada pants.
Really?
Wait, did you say Cam?
What? Cam Newton.
Are you sure that's what it is?
Jerry, why don't you say what I just said?
Cam Newton. I said it before anybody else, and I don't need a multiple choice question.
There you go. I'm assuming that's right. He sounds very positive.
Yes.
All right, 1-1.
Zach and Lori, what team has won the most big game titles? Is it A, the Packers, B, the Patriots, or C, the Steelers?
Do you have any guesses, Lori?
Yeah, I think I know, but go ahead.
I could see all 3 of those being the correct answer, so
I want to say the Patriots.
I think that's probably a good guess, although they don't have many before, the last 20 years.
I will say this. That's what I would have said. So you might want to change your answer.
That might not say much as Wally says it.
I'll go with you on this one, Patriots.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
sorry on 2
You're
counts.
wrong.
Wrong. Jerry, tell them what
I'll
it
take
is.
that for a steal. It is the Green Bay Packers.
No, it's the Steelers. Wow. Yes. No point there.
No point there. All right, here we go. We got
All
a
right.
chance to get ahead here, Jerry.
Okay, here we go. Who makes the trophies given out at the end of the big game? Is it Roselle Metals, the Vince Lombardi Association, or Tiffany and Company?
Okay. Now, I have a thought on this, Jerry, but what do you think?
It's a Lombardi trophy.
Right.
But I don't think Lombardi makes it.
There's no way.
I'm pretty sure Tiffany makes it.
Tiffany is like fine jewelry and I think some glassware and things like that. It seems, though, like that could be it.
I'm going to say Tiffany.
I'm going to say the same thing. That was where my gut was leading me.
That's correct.
Yes!
Wow. Wally knows his jewelry. All
Nicely
right.
done. I kind of win, but
Not
lose.
a football question.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's 2-1.
We still have another round of questions to go, though.
Okay. I thought we could just
No,
call
you
it
don't
here.
get to win.
Thought we were done.
Zach and Lori, how many cross stitches are on an NFL regulation football? 6, 8, or 10?
6.
Zach's counting.
All those years of equipment manager aren't paying off.
I think it's 8.
What are you going to go with? You have the final say, Zach.
I'm going to go with 8.
That is correct.
Oh,
We're tied. So
wow.
Wally and Jerry, you have to get this question right to win.
For the win, FTW, here we go.
Okay. The infamous Deflategate game last year was between the Patriots and what team?
Oh, you should know this, Jerry.
I think we say no choices because Jerry should know this.
What? No, it was between the Patriots and the Denver Broncos for the championship game for the to see who went to the Super Bowl. Would you like me to go further?
No, if you're right about that, because that happened before the Super Bowl. Wait a minute. Let's think about this real quick before we get hasty.
Do you want your choices?
Deflategate was actually in the big game.
No, it was leading up to the big
not
game.
in the
clues?
Super Bowl.
Come on.
It was in
This is
the
ridiculous.
championship game before the Super Bowl. So I would like the multiple choice question.
Okay, good idea.
All right. It's either A, Colts, B, Seahawks, or C, Packers.
Oh, I know this one. It's the Seahawks, right?
Is that your final
What were
answer?
the choices?
Colts, Seahawks, or Packers?
It was the Colts because they played it was in a championship game.
Oh, I would have said Seahawks, but I'll go with him.
What's your final answer, Wally?
Final answer. It's Colts.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, it's right.
Ridiculous.
You barely get that win.
victory.
That was sad.
Jerry, we
That
did
was
it.
tragic.
Barely.
We pulled out the victory. We worked hard today. Pretty happy with our performance.
Because the Steelers are going up against the Browns again, and we'll take the win automatically just on depot.
And I don't even know what that means, but sure. You're the big winner today. Congratulations. You are going up on the big game grid.
Thank you.
And don't forget, if you didn't get to play this game, you still have a chance to get your name on the big game grid at allwally.com.
Facts and opinion. Which do you think there'll be more of?
The last thing I want to be remembered as is an annoying blabbermouth.
It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca is going to get you caught up right now with what's going on.
Chelsea Clinton was campaigning for her mom this week and made a pretty bad mistake.
We also need to strip away the immunity that Senator Sanders, I hope not President Sanders.
That is the best.
Whoops.
Yeah.
If you're going to mess up his title, go with Colonel.
Yes, exactly. Oh, my goodness. It's like, if you're her mom, you're like, really? I sent you to help me? I give you one job.
Yeah.
Don't call
One
him
job.
President Sanders. That was the only thing I said. You know, that's the thing. I bet that's what happened is somebody kidding before she started talking said something like, oh, President Sanders, it's a joke, and it got in her head. Because that's what these knuckleheads do to me. Like, we'll be having an interview, and they'll say something purposely wrong because the minute we get into it, they know I'll go with the wrong thing, 100%. So,
Oh, it's fantastic fun.
yeah, it's awesome.
Of course, we can't talk about Bernie Sanders without a Bernie Sanders impersonation. Interestingly enough,
Sorry, I thought you paused there.
no, I was waiting for you to do one.
My fault. Oh. Of course I can do a Bernie Sanders imitation.
Interestingly enough, in the Democratic town hall meeting the other night, Anderson Cooper asked Bernie Sanders to do a Larry David impersation.
I know you've been in journalism for a long time.
Are you doing your Larry David right now?
I am Larry David.
They are very similar. Anderson, how do you get your hair that white?
You're slipping a bit.
I am a little bit, yeah.
Chipotle has had their share of troubles lately with their E. coli outbreak, and it seems like there's finally an explanation.
A new report came out. It says Chipotle's E. coli outbreak was linked to its reliance on fresh ingredients. A spokesperson for Long John Silver said, well, we're safe now.
Oh, that's funny. Well, there you go. That is your shortest news ever, and hopefully you feel really updated. I think that's the last one, right?
I had another story.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I didn't even come.
I'm just so eager to get her off the air.
I thought we were done really quickly.
Wow.
That's why I was
No,
rushing.
what else you got? No, what else you got?
This is a story about a girl named Reagan. She's 27, and she's been through a lot in her lifetime. She's a former Marine who did 2 tours in Afghanistan and enrolled at Stanford 2 days after she got back from her last tour.
Oh, wow.
And at the exact same time, she was actually diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she's been fighting cancer.
That's not good.
But the other day, she was honored big time on Good Morning America. She was not only given a $15,000 scholarship to help her finish college, but she actually was surprised with 2 tickets to the Super Bowl as well.
Oh, wow.
Which is probably more expensive than the scholarship was.
Yeah, she could sell those and actually buy her books for the next semester.
Yes.
Man, that's cool. Well, I'm glad we hung out for that. That was great.
Good.
We made the mistake of bringing Wally food right before.
Yeah.
And that's all he can think about. Like,
Gotta
let's
eat,
get done with this. I got food.
That hash brown ain't going to eat itself. All right, that's your news. And I can finally get back to the important stuff like eating. This is the Wally Show, and I think the TV show Shark Tank makes us all want to, on some level, be an entrepreneur and come up with that next big idea and pitch it and then sell it and become millionaires or whatever. I had one of those Shark Tank moments the other day when I was on a plane, and there's something about sitting next to someone on a plane where people just don't know how to share the armrest, and I cannot understand why. If somebody's bigger than you, it's all right because your arms will slide in behind theirs. They get the front half, you get the back half. But if you're the same size, some people feel the need to just own the entire thing. You can put your arm on half of the armrest and you both still get it, but no one seems to understand that.
There are some people that lean all the way into that middle seat, and when you get stuck in that middle seat, it's frustrating because you feel like you're just boxed in and you have to shrink down to try to be comfortable on a plane.
And I don't like that. I feel awkward. And so I had my Shark Tank moment on this last flight that I was on. And what my idea is for an invention is the shock shirt. It's a long sleeve shirt that you wear on the plane because it gets a little chilly anyway. And it has wires that run down the arms. Hooked to a little battery. Not a big one, not like a stun gun, just a little battery. So when you're sitting there and you're trying to get arm space, you just hit a little button and it will shock the person next to you. Just enough to make them jump and you go, oh, I'm sorry, I have a lot of static. I'm very staticky. And you do that a couple times and pretty soon they're not going to try to put their arm on the armrest.
So you train people the way you would a dog.
Yes, 100%.
Interesting.
Hey, if they're trying to take the armrest, they deserve a newspaper to the nose and move on. But this is a subtle, great way to take back some of that real estate. You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
I like it too.
On that same flight that we were on, I was in the middle seat, and I would have loved to have had a shocking shirt.
Exactly.
Ooh, shocking shirt.
Yeah, see, that's
Trademark
good.
Wally Show.
Yeah, that's good. Wait, how did you get in on my Shark Tank all of a sudden?
This is a free form, everybody's pitching ideas.
Okay, well, here's what we want to do. I want you to pitch your idea to us Shark Tank style of something that you think would be a great invention for an airplane, okay? Something on the airplane that you think just you need, for your travel. So 877-91-WALLY is the number. I want you guys on the show to come up with something as well, and we'll go through yours in like 15 minutes right here on The Wally Show. Hey, it's The Wally Show. We're talking about inventions to make travel on an airplane a little bit easier, So, Steve, what's yours?
Mine is a safe, breathable, noise-containing capsule for crying babies.
Oh, man. Our last flight, we could have used one for sure. This one child just screamed at the top of their lungs for like 20 minutes. It was brutal.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be done, but make it breathable.
You're a better person than I am. You've included the word breathable in your design.
They should have like a nursery in the lower level of the plane where you have a flight attendant overseeing 8 babies or whatever.
Oh, that would be awesome. You could let them play on the landing gear and stuff while you're flying. This is The Wally Show, and we're going through inventions that might make flying a little bit easier or better or less stressful, what have you. It's our own little version of Shark Tank here, and so thank you. If you've got some thoughts, you can still call with them. Let's go through Becca. As someone tall, I would think that maybe you have an invention based on that, or no?
I really don't.
Really?
I actually am taking something positive from a plane to use in your everyday life.
What?
Isn't it great when you go on a flight with your spouse and you have two different movie tastes and you can sit side by side and hold hands and still talk to each other but watch different movies?
Oh, yeah.
We need seat backs at home.
Oh, I do like that.
Right? Where you can select your movie.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to watch what they want to watch. I can finally watch all those chick flicks I want to watch.
Yeah.
She can watch his whatever.
That's a great idea because my wife kind of like, for us, she just likes to be in the same room with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if we're doing something different.
Still quality time. Everybody's happy.
There you go. What do you got there, Betty Rock?
I was thinking that it would be nice to have like a half wall up. When you have those armrests, you could make them maybe just a little bit wider, but you would have like a wall come up
instead of an armrest. That's a great idea.
And then that would half out the armrest. So you could have your half, they could have their half, and also you're not right beside them.
And you could lean into it to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, and if they fall asleep, they won't be leaning on your shoulder and drooling.
And defend against girth.
Yes, exactly.
Like contain the girth.
Exactly. and also like the germs, like people coughing on you and things like that. That is a really good idea.
Thank you guys. Wow.
I like that. That's awesome. What do you got, Zach?
I'd like to replace the seats, at least in certain sections, with stackable bunk bed kind of things, like pods. And, instead of overhead compartment, you would just, like, whatever you bring with you has to be in the pod with you. So depends how much leg room and stuff you need. But you just lay down and sleep the whole time. If you stacked them, I think you could fit the same number of people.
My husband travels, and there's something about that tour bus bunk mentality that just makes sense. Why not have that on planes?
Oh, my goodness. I would love that. Just there's sometimes I've almost, on long flights, where I've seen like a tiny little spot on the floor in the back of the plane where I just want to go lay down, and I'm almost about to cry. I'm like, I just want to lay down. That's all I want. Is it too much to ask? But they won't let you.
Yeah, you would need to pad the bunk above you because when you hit turbulence, you're going to get thrown all around inside that little
better
can.
idea. I was going to put a mirror up there. Just shatter your face. Okay, see, this is why we talk
Only you
through
want
them.
to look at yourself the whole flight.
Well, if I can't see outside, I want to see something beautiful. A plane with a skylight would be nice too.
Ooh.
I think they've talked about that.
Well, they're doing LED lighting inside that simulates natural light to try
I thought
to
they
make you
talked
feel
about like a dome over one that
a glass bottom.
Yes,
totally.
Glass bottom plane. That and a Nerf drink cart so you don't lose your knees every time they bring it by. That'd be good too. So there you go. We're solving some travel problems. Look for some of these ideas on your next flight. Hey, it's the Wally Show. Now, Sam, we're trying to come up with inventions, that would make traveling on a plane a little easier. Mine is the shock shirt that has little wires in your sleeve to shock the person next to you so that they won't hog the armrest, which I think is just ingenious.
Sure. I don't have one of those, though, but I got a comment on yours.
Okay.
If you seem to think that you're going to get onto a plane through TSA with wires and a shirt strapped to a battery, you're probably seriously mistaken.
All right, I'm still working out some of the kinks, admittedly. This is the Wally Show, and April, thanks for helping us out here with our, little miniature Shark Tank as we try to come up with great inventions for flying on an airplane. What do you got?
Well, this happened because I was on a transatlantic flight, and there needs to be a button on the backs of seats, so when it comes mealtime, the person that's resting in front of you would sit up, so you can eat your meal in an upright position instead of having to lean back because they're leaning back.
Yeah, people get upset about people leaning their seat back, and I'm like, look, you it's made to recline. You should be allowed to recline if you want to, but I've gotten better about not reclining my seat all the way back because it does, especially during meals, it eats up a lot of real estate there.
And as the 5'6" man, you don't really know what that seat coming into your knees feels like.
These are the least important stories out of Hollywood, but nonetheless entertaining. It's the least of these.
And Betty Rock is going to break it down. What's going on?
Well, most celebrities know the pressure of having to stay fit and healthy to keep their jobs. Luckily, that's not the case for radio.
No, fortunately. She says laughing, looking at all of us.
No, I'm not. Mainly at you.
Yeah.
But Will Ferrell is no exception.
What do you weigh now? I'm like 218. I do think for the amount that I'm working out, why am I not losing weight? I have to work out just to look fat. That's the problem.
I actually get that.
You work out?
No, but I'm thinking about it. So
there may still be good in the world. An adult club tried to buy time for a Super Bowl ad for $5 million, but CBS actually turned it down.
That's kind of surprising in this world where the boundaries get pushed a lot and what's acceptable on TV. The irony is that they wouldn't take this for, for the Super Bowl, but then you watch the TV show on right after it, and there's going to be raunchy stuff all through it in their prime time too, which is kind of interesting.
I don't know why there's a difference.
I'm glad that they did. I think
Right.
I think it's a good statement, especially because I think they say they look at the Super Bowl as a family event because they know kids are watching, people are watching, so that's good. I'm glad to see that happen.
During a 3-hour Las Vegas memorial for her late husband, Celine Dion told a story of how much her husband was a huge fan of the show The Price is Right.
Oh, who isn't? I watched that every day in college when I was
Isn't Drew
a kid.
Carey?
Yeah, he replaced Bob Barker.
Right, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was the same guy. But she said that he used to get emotional when a contestant at the end would win the showcase.
Oh, that's
He'd say,
awesome.
I'm so happy for him.
See, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those things that at funerals, they can be crazy sad, or there can be levity and there can be joy as you remember the things that made somebody who they were and made them great, made them a great person, and made them great to be around. I think that, even humor like that is something that's really healing for people as well. I got choked up the other night watching American Idol.
Why?
Because they're in that round where they're sending a bunch of kids home, and so the ones that get through, you're watching like their dream come true. And I'm like, I'm getting all choked up. I'm sitting there with my daughter, and I'm getting choked up because I'm so happy for these people and these kids that got one step closer to their dream. And because I'm looking at her, thinking that's going to be her someday, and I want to be that proud father that she gets her big break and it happens for her, kind of thing. So I'm all weepy on the couch there.
You're always weepy.
I am a little weepy. Yeah, it's kind
But
of
those
sad.
are the things they'll say about you at your funeral.
Yes,
That
that's
he
true.
was a crybaby.
In like 2 years when you
No.
die
That
from
he
a
would
sugar
cry at the
overdose.
drop of a hat.
Okay, stop eulogizing me. I don't enjoy this. All right, that is your least of these four today. Thank you so much, Miss Rock. This is the Wally Show, and we're going to play a little game now called the 3 Strikes game, and this is where you are pulling against the members of this show. I have a top 10 list, and their job is to get 5 answers right on the top 10 before they strike out. If they strike out, then you get a chance to answer just one. Get one on the list, and you can win a prize. So the list today for 3 strikes is the top things women say to criticize themselves. So we'll start with you, Zach. The top things women say to criticize themselves.
Why do I have to?
And you don't want to strike out on this. You want to start off with a win. I mean, you've got a wife. You grew up with sisters.
No,
You should
this is
know.
not based on my wife or my sisters.
Okay.
Just women in general.
Nice disclaimer.
They feel like they have excess pounds.
What are you saying?
You're not going to give it to me anyway, no matter what it is.
Well, I'm not
unless
sure
I
what
word it exactly the
Right.
way you have it on your mythical sheet.
Okay, I'm not
that's
sure.
gonna count.
I'm just not sure what you're saying.
They feel overweight.
You're saying women are overweight.
I say that's something that. Why am I playing this with you?
Well, you know what?
Yes! That's the first one I've ever got from you.
Take solace in this. It is the number one answer. But even on this list, they put it as women are too chubby. They say themselves. So they at least phrased it better than you did. So, okay, so that's one. That's pretty good. That's impressive. Becca, to you next.
Ooh, I'm going to go with you're getting older.
You're getting
They see gray hairs. Oh,
older.
Wrinkles. I'm going to go with wrinkles.
Wrinkles. That is a real good one.
/ getting older.
No.
I never know what you're looking for. It stresses me out.
Wow, so wrinkles.
And getting older. Getting older?
And getting older. Well, let's do this. 1,
No!
2.
No, that's not 2 strikes. That's not 2 strikes.
You gave me 2 answers.
No, I didn't. I gave you one answer. It was an either or.
Okay, so
1 strike.
All right, so you know what? We're gonna let you guys mull this over for a minute before we get to Betty's answer. So you got 1 right, but you already have 1 strike, so that's not good for you. So we'll see if you guys can round this thing out and win this thing in 15 minutes here on the Wally Show. This is the 3 Strikes game where you are hoping that the gang here, Zach, Betty, and Becca, will strike out on this top 10 list of things women say to criticize themselves. So far, Zach has gotten the only one right. Congratulations.
Go me. I'm so in tune.
That is so weird, yeah. Becca missed hers, and so now we're up to Betty. If they get 3 strikes before they get 5, you get a chance to answer and win. So, Betty Rock, what would you say? Think about all the things you've said about yourself.
Yes. Okay.
And what would one be?
If you think you're being a nuisance or you're in the way, so you keep apologizing.
Interesting.
Keep apologizing.
Answer.
I'm sorry.
Zach, what do you think is the reigning woman winner on this game so far?
I don't think that's going to make your narrowly defined list.
Don't put this about me. Boy, you are acting like a woman. Making this all my fault? No?
Yes.
Careful.
Yeah, I know. You're on dangerous ground.
No!
How? 2 strikes.
That was a good one, Betty.
2 strikes.
Don't
Coming
worry.
back to
I think
Zach.
so, too.
All right, Zach.
It's not your fault that women don't know how to criticize themselves.
Yeah, you need this to
How
stay
is
in
it
the
that
game.
the girls are getting it wrong?
I
but
know.
the one guy on our team.
I think another thing women criticize about themselves is their bad driving skills.
They're bad
Stop!
driving skills.
No, that is not his answer. That is not
Excuse me.
That was not funny.
You
Stop
need to
it. Stop it.
change your answer and your tone.
Yeah.
Change your tires. Change it.
Go with horrible attitude.
Horrible attitude.
I'll give it to you.
I do have another one.
Yeah, you bet.
I hear women a lot saying that they're insecure, that they feel like they're a bad mom.
Oh,
No, that is a good answer.
That is
not
a
that you're
good
forgiven.
one. That is a really good one.
They always feel like someone's doing it better than them, or
right.
They're not enough.
Okay.
Not enough. See?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
No, that's impossible.
Let's go back to the bad driver one.
Yes.
No.
That was not on the list.
No, it is not.
It's a write-in.
No.
All right, so that's the third strike. The gang has struck out, which is great news for you. All you have to do is get one answer right on this top 10 list of things women say when they criticize themselves, things they say about themselves, maybe physical attributes, maybe other things. So what is that? All you got to do is get one right and you win. 877-91-WALLY is the number, or maybe things that they do or don't do that they should do. That's another hint for you there. 877-91-WALLY is the number. This is the Wally Show, and it's the three strikes game where Betty, Zach, and Becca, fortunately for you, have struck out. They failed to get 5 answers right on this top 10 list of things women say when they criticize themselves. So, Natalie, that opens the door for you. What do you think is an answer on this list? All you got to do is get one right.
I'm torn between 2 answers. I don't like my hair, and I don't look good in this outfit.
Okay. What do you think you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with I don't like my hair.
Spoken like a lady who has had a bad hair day or two. Becca, do you like this answer?
I do like this answer. I have my bad hair days, and some days, even if you spend an extra hour on it, it's not going to behave.
Well, what would you rank your hair day as today, good or bad? No, I'm just asking. How do you see it?
Maybe a 5 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
No, stop it. I don't like
That's
playing this game with you.
All right, so congratulations, Natalie. That's right.
All right.
It was the number 2 answer.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm looking at my caller ID, and I'm seeing a bunch of guys wanting to play this game. This is really funny, because Zach got the only answer right. So, Natalie, let's do this. Let's bring up a guy here and see if he can get an answer right as well. You still win a prize, okay?
Okay.
Nick, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, Nick. So you are going to be our guy contestant for this today, and I'm curious if you think you have an answer right on this list of things that women criticize about themselves.
I think I do, but I hope I don't get a lot of people mad at me with the answer.
What is it?
I'm guessing possibly the way they feel they look in their clothes.
Oh.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, what is wrong with you, Nick? Why would you even bring this up?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
No, you're saying everything.
This is where you just choose to lose the game and hang up, man. Come on. But you're absolutely right. You got one right on this list.
Oh, nice. Why is it that the guys are getting the right answers, but the women aren't?
I don't know. We're just in tune with our feminine sides, I guess.
Would you brag about that, though?
Not really, no. So, yeah, number 7 was you can't pull off the clothes you want to wear, or you don't look as put together in your clothes as other women do. Some of the other things, your pictures on social media don't look as good as other women. You don't make enough money. You don't exercise enough, and your belly looks big. Those are the rest of the list of the things women say about themselves.
I didn't guess that last one. I really got punched.
I'm sorry, you didn't let me finish. Those are the things that women and Nick say about other women.
Nick, come on now.
Nick, what is wrong with you, man?
A lot, I guess.
This is the Wally Show, and I've never really thought about this before, but like taking a selfie actually can be dangerous, can be life-threatening, believe it or not, that there is a list of people that have lost their lives taking selfies. And I was like, how did that happen? You know, like,
and how is that worth it?
Yeah, it's not, you know, like that last picture. I know that seems a little morbid, but maybe it's like good advice for your kids of things not to do, that picture, that one selfie you think you have to take isn't worth taking. Like, Betty Rock, what do you think is a way that somebody has passed away while taking a selfie?
Well, if you want to just get just right, like maybe you're standing on the edge of a cliff to get the sunset in the ocean, right at the right angle.
Right.
And you're like, maybe just one step further back.
Right. Yes, that's exactly. Well, yeah, number 2, drowning.
Really?
14 people have drowned taking selfies, which seems
So wait,
really weird to me.
I mean, I wouldn't put my phone in the water. So
Right.
how did they?
Maybe they fell off a pier or something like you were kind of just talking
maybe
about.
so.
That's it. The other one kind of goes in line with that, falling from high places. That was the number 1 way, you know, because you're not paying attention. You're on the side of a mountain or whatever, and you got to get that selfie. A train.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I guess on a track? I don't know. Again, this is really eerie. But
And that's one of those things you see coming.
Yeah, and the one you would think would be the one I would have thought would be the number one would be a car. Like, you're driving and you're texting and you're getting a selfie. People shooting videos in their car all the time. Like, that's what I thought was going to be number one, but number one was actually falling from high places. But the two on here that really surprised me, actually three. One was a grenade. Like, who was taking a selfie with a grenade? I'm assuming soldiers. And it went horribly wrong. That's all I can figure. But there was only one person that passed away taking a selfie with an animal. You want to guess what kind of animal?
Lion.
A shark.
Oh, good. All
Bear.
good guesses.
Dog.
Alligator.
All great guesses.
Cat.
Betty Rock's still guessing.
Snake.
No.
Spider.
Keep going.
Monkey.
Nope.
Not a cat.
Orca.
Nope.
Bird?
Orca. Nope. Wow.
Dive bombing you?
These are all great guesses.
Seagull.
No.
Koala bear.
Yes,
Vicious.
koala bear.
Really?
No, not at all.
Piranha.
Yes, piranha. No.
Kangaroo.
Actually, no, a bull. A guy tried to take a selfie at the running with the bulls in Spain.
No,
and
that's terrible.
that was his last selfie.
Two poor decisions.
Probably wicked cool, but still the last selfie.
Not worth it.
So yeah, so if you're ever going to run with the bulls in Spain, leave your camera with your friend. All right, since it is Friday, we are not going to belabor this point. We are actually just going to end the podcast today. And thank you, as always, for being loyal potties.